Hi, this is Pranav Guha from Edu TV Studio, New Delhi, India. We have got distinguished panelists with us and they can help you to shape your career. We have Professor Praveen Mishra he's a Dean at IFIN institution at Bangalore and Vijay Bhumi University, Karjat near Bombay. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pranav. Hello, everybody.
Now we have Ms. Divya Pathak with us. She is the Deputy Director with RIG Institute of Hotel Management at Greater Noida near Delhi. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much, Pranav, for having me on the panel.
Thanks to you. You kept on waiting, ma'am. And now we have Mr. Sanat with us. He's from Atria University, Bangalore. He can relate to you also better because a couple of years back only he did his 12th. And he went to London for studied at London School of Economics. So, sir, we will start with Professor Mishra. Sir, we would like to know the institution and what all career these students, they are in the class 12, they should go for. Yes, sir.
Okay, so IFM institution is an established institution. It has the AACSB ranking. It's one of the 10 institutions in India who has that international ranking. We have 19 programs in total. And we have been functioning for 24 years now. Vijay Bhumi University is India's first liberal professional university that is starting in the Greater Mumbai. And we're starting with 4 programs. We have Bachelor of Design, Masters in Design. We also have School of Data Sciences. We have School of Law as well as School of Business. Now, how is the Vijay Bhumi University going to be different from other universities? Is, as I stated, it's going to be India's first liberal professional university. So far in education, what we see is the established educational domains like engineering or medical and those domains or science, they are dominant. But then things like performing arts, things like design, I think they are, the new age professions. In the future, you see, like from morning to evening, whatever you do, there are certain creativity that is required, and people needs to be prepared for those new age professions, right? So we're basically focusing on those, in the first phase, I think all the students are going to get inputs from all the different domains. They have to have specific credit from all the domains. And then they specialized in whatever they choose, whatever they think they are good at. Basically, we are kind of working on the 8 intelligence, and that includes a lot of human intelligence that is important in the education that is going to be tomorrow. For example, if we see, if somebody says, I'm a data designer, what do you understand? There are certain professions like, data analyst and all, which is now established professions, but no institutes have ever trained the first generation of all the new professions, right? Once the profession gets established, then the institutions, they start something like that, right? So we are basically trying to understand what are the new professions that is there and what is going to be the future professions. Like as Sir Ken Robinson says, we can't even imagine how fast the world is changing. And for that, nobody knows how the world is going to be in 5 years from now or 7 years from now. And we are training students for next 30, 40 years, right? So basically, these students are going to deal with lots of uncertainties, lots of changes, lots of technological innovation, lots of social political challenges that they're going to face, right? So our focus is going to train people for future so that the people are able to choose the new professions that's going to emerge. They are equipped to basically try their hands and excel in that, right? These are the things. If you have to ask me what the Vijay Bhumi University is all about, anything specific, if there's any questions, I'm going to talk about it. But let me also tell, Vijay Bhumi University is at Greater Mumbai. It's at Karjat, and it's in the middle, in the lap of nature. It's very, very beautiful. Like during monsoon, you can see more than 150 waterfalls sitting in any classroom. Yeah, it's mountains Now, the time I entered the campus, the first time, I absolutely fell in love with that beautiful a place. Yeah, it's slightly away from the main city, but that's going to be the advantage because you don't have that noise. You breathe pure air. You know, you drink clean water. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah,
Thank you, Professor Mishra. I'm sure
Pleasure.
you have a lot of questions also, and you can go to all the websites of all these universities. Now we have Ms. Divya from our
Yes.
institution of hotel management from Greater Noida, and she is an expert from this industry. Ma'am, can you just
Yes.
tell us more about new age careers in the hospitality field?
Yes, surely, Pranav. I'm very happy to be here to be telling the students as to what are their career options in hospitality industry. As we all know, and we keep reading and hearing it in the news, and we can always see that new hotels are coming up. So hospitality has emerged as a very fast-growing field. And at RIG Institute of Hospitality Management, we not only offer tailor-made courses, but we also look at international collaborations. So we have two main courses. One is our BSc in Hotel Management, which is affiliated to National Council of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. It's an approved course by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. So there we have a 3 years of degree program, and the degree that we award is BSc. It's a hardcore hotel management course. It's a semester-wise program spread over 6 semesters. And we also have 3 diplomas, which are 3 semester, or we can say a year and a half each. So we have 3 such diplomas. One is in food and beverage, the other is in bakery and confectionery, and the third one is in food production, where we concentrate only on these subjects where if the student so wants to do service, so he will obviously take up food and beverage diploma. Now, these are the 2 courses that we are running by National Council, which is an approved government body. Alongside, and all these 2, alongside we have a hotel management diploma with a degree from IGNU, which is, or any other university, which is a UGC approved university. And this is our in-house course, which we are promoting as an RIG diploma. And our partner is BHMS Switzerland, which is a business and hotel management school in Lucerne, Switzerland. So we have an exchange program option also, where the student can do 2 semesters here, 2 years here, which is 4 semesters, and complete the rest 2 semesters in Switzerland. So these are some of the courses that we have. We also have a Danish diploma. As you know, Danish pastries are very, very famous. So we have a Danish diploma in bakery and confectionery. We're also opening up a culinary school, which is right next to our main campus in Greater Noida. So we're looking at RIG Institute of Hospitality and Management. We're looking at a culinary school, and we have 2 other branches. One is in Dwarka and the other is in Rohini. And I would also like to take this opportunity to talk about our internships, where we ensure the student gets internships only in 5-star hotels, and that too in state-of-the-art hotels. We also look at sending students to Dubai, Switzerland, Mauritius, Malaysia, Thailand for internships. So we have we stress a lot on quality and not so much on quantity. And we have very, very specific good courses in hotel management and hospitality management, where we lay emphasis on international exposure, on subject matter knowledge, and hands-on experience through practicals and on-job trainings, and also encourage students to take up vocational trainings. So, and we're very flexible. The only course where we do not have much flexibility is our hotel management course from the National Council, as it is a Government of India approved course. We will not have flexibility, but as far as our own diploma is concerned, we are extremely flexible. So let's say if a student wants to do 4 semesters here and 2 semesters at some other college, we never hold the student back, and we always, go ahead and promote the student to that particular university. So we're very flexible. It gives the student a good option of completing some degree, some part of the course here and some part wherever he or she so wishes and wants. So
Tell what are the different careers in hospitality industries? What else do you think?
See, we have two types of primary intakes. One is if I'm looking only at the hotel industry, so to speak. One is at an entry level, and the other is a management trainee program. Now, for instance, we have a lot of good hotels. I mean, excellent hotels come over to our campus like Taj. We have Oberoi, and they come up Lemon Tree. We have Crown Plaza. They come to Hyatt. They come to our program to our campus with MT programs, which is a management trainee program. And the the rounds are very clear. It's a straightforward GD followed by a PI. So the student starts at a management trainee level. The other options are the entry level programs where they will start at the first or the second step of the ladder, and as based on their performance and years in experience, they go up the ranks. The other options that we have, well, hotels is of course primarily that we target and look for, but yes, our students have gone into cruises as well, and they've earned a lot of money there, and they have got good placements in cruise lines, into airline catering also, into airlines. So, and even any other hospitality related ancillary jobs like in hospital management, we have a lot of students who've gone to hospitals. We've got a lot of students who've gone to very, very high quality fine dine restaurants. So as you know, like I said, the industry is growing, so there's no dearth of jobs. It solely depends upon the student as to where he or she wants to get placed. And like I said, it's a very flexible program, and our chairperson ensures that we give a very, very, an international platform to our students. So we keep calling a lot of chefs from abroad, from Denmark, from Switzerland, from France, from Europe, otherwise, places like Spain or any other. We keep calling a lot of chefs so that they can actually, sort of benchmark and give our students that kind of insight, which will make them more, globally acceptable as for their career options. That's all. Yeah.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite Mr. Sanat from Atria University. Sanat, as you know, you have done your education recently. So what is your advice for the students who are passing out class 12, and how does Atria can help them? Sir.
Great. First of all, it's a real pleasure to be here. I'm quite excited. So what I'll talk about is a general liberal arts or a liberal education that you must have heard about. So in my trajectory in some ways is unique. I did the IB diploma program, and then I did a liberal arts, and then I went abroad for a master's, which is probably something that I'm assuming a lot of you are eyeing at as well. So what a liberal arts does is, normally at what we have got is a funnel model, right? By the 9th or the 10th grade, you're studying broadly, and in 11th you start to specialize. After 12th you specialize further. So that's how your trajectory moves, right? Now liberal arts basically changes that. It says it moves like this, and you get broader again. So now you start thinking in terms of your goals. So I'll give you an example. When I went to Ashoka University, right, I wanted to do a major in computer science and entrepreneurship, but I came out with a major in political science, philosophy, and economics. Right? Now that's a huge paradigm shift, and some people might say that's a result of confused thinking or poor performance. But it was neither. It was just you get better exposed to university level courses, you break down your goals, and then you go further. So what Atria is doing is it's combining this broad-based education with latest education in latest technologies. So to give you an example, there's an organization in Jaipur, for example, which were called Jaipur Foot. Now they are doing something unique. A disabled person, someone who's lost a limb, goes to them, and the organization prints their limbs within 2 hours, and they can walk out of the hospital. Now this is something that was unheard of, and we believe to have such kind of innovations, you require the ability to be able to think from a multitude of disciplines, but also an understanding of latest technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, artificial intelligence, etc. So that's the way we have designed our courses as well. I mean, if you look at we offer 5 program tracks: digital transformation, sustainable life sciences, interactive technologies, mobility, and energy sciences. The way it works is you enter college, you do a certain set of foundation courses across streams, and then let's say your mentor asks you, what are you interested in? So some of you might say, let's say I'm interested in cars. Some of you might say hospitality. Some of you might have a direct technological interest, and others still might have, let's say, a genetic interest called business. So what happens is you start taking some courses. Let's say someone is interested in automobiles, then you take a course in, let's say, electric cars. Then you take a course in entrepreneurship. And after that, you finalize your program track. And in each of these 5 program tracks, we've got 4 degree options, BSc, BTech, B Design, and a BBA. Right? So let's say someone is interested in mobility, but they're not necessarily interested in building cars, but in designing them. So they do a B Design in mobility, but someone who is more on hardcore engineering side, they do a B Tech in mobility. So that's the model we are working with. And our whole approach is that rather than making you choose a specialization with you, which you stay with till your retirement, you break your life down into smaller goals. And then by pursuing these individual goals, by developing skills quickly, you succeed in the area that you want. That's the model that we are working with.
Wonderful, wonderful. I would like to invite Mr. Swaminathan in front of the camera, the principal of the school. Hi, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving that.
No, I really thank you. I think this school has got a very progressive principal. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, sir. Also. Now I would like to invite Dr. Poonam Devdutt from Shobit University, NCR. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and a very warm welcome to all our students of DPS Kampala. It's indeed a pleasure to address all of you, all the bright young minds. So, greetings from Shobit University. We have a multidisciplinary approach, and our university consists of 6 different schools. So we have a school of engineering and technology, we have a school of basic sciences, we have a school of business studies, school of law and constitutional studies, school of education, and so on. So we have a whole palette of different programs that we can offer to the aspiring student. So those of you who want to make a career in science and technology, we have got BTech programs, MTech programs, as well as BSc honors. We have BCA and MCA. And the special thing about our BTech programs is that, for instance, in our specialization of computer sciences, we have different areas of subspecializations. For example, for the BTech students, we have got the options of specializing in machine learning, specializing in the Internet of Things, in cloud computing, and so on. So what happens is that a student who passes out with a BTech in computer science has already been equipped to handle different specializations. And then we have master's programs in all of these. In our School of Business Studies, we are likewise following different specializations. We have the conventional specializations of finance, marketing, and HR. Along with that, we have an MBA in agribusiness, we have MBA in pharmaceutical management, which are all frontline areas at the moment. Along with all the classroom learning that we do, our focus is more on the practical side of learning. We believe at Shobit University that not all learning is based in the classroom. Much of what we learn happens outside the classroom. So we have internship programs. We send our students out for different. We have a policy of, in the final semester, we prefer that our students take up an internship or a job in an organization or a training program in an organization and spend the entire semester doing hands-on training and on-the-job learning. Along with that, our own campus activities are geared to give students all kinds of exposure and learning experiences. For example, in our School of Management Studies, we keep having a whole lot of conferences, workshops, invited lectures. We invite top experts from different fields to address our students. So the students not only get exposure to a wide variety of ideas, but it is the students who organize all these programs, be it sports activities or cultural activities or any other activity or conferences. So they get, not only are they studying management, but they're getting the practical aspect of how to manage different events, different organizations, and so on. And along with that, of course, our students have a very, very vivacious and vibrant campus life. We have all kinds of activities for them. So, and all kinds of talent search, all kinds of creative activities. So it is not just classroom learning or book learning that we are focused on, but we like to give them an all-round exposure. So these are some of the highlights of our programs in Shobit University.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like students to ask questions from our panelists. Please raise your hand.
I want to know more about international business.
I think Professor Mishra can answer this question.
Okay, so at IFIM Business School, we do have programs like PGDM in Business and Commerce. We have PGDM in Data Science, PGDM, we have BCom, BBA, MCom, and MBA. These are the programs that we have in IFIM College, as well as IFIM Law School has a BBA LLB. Now, the new age programs, if you think, it's always in a cross junction, like of two particular domains, right? So the BBA LBA is together here, and also the who wants to do just the law, we have just pure LLB there, right? And at Vijayabhumi University, we are offering a business and commerce, like BCom. You have BBA. I think these are the in business communication. Yeah, these are the courses that we have in business and communication.
Wonderful.
Right?
University also have an MBA in International Business Management.
Wonderful.
So any students who are interested in that, we've got that program available with us.
Sanat sir.
So as far as business is concerned, as I said, in each of these degrees, we have a BBA component, but our core focus is always going to be on technology. So what we want to do is, so our belief is, let's say you are interested in, some people say business management in general. That could be something as wide as automobile to textile. But in each of these, if you're not going to have the industry specific knowledge, plus technology, plus the management skills, then it's not going to work. So international business might not be a separate major, but in each of these 5 technology tracks, we are going to work on BBA.
Wonderful. Divya ma'am.
See, we at RIG are, of course, not offering a course in international business management. But yes, if you're looking at careers internationally, like I said before, we do a lot of internships. And there are obviously job opportunities in cruise lines and airline, different kinds of airlines. Also, if they want to complete their hotel management degree exchange program, we have BHMS in Switzerland, Lausanne. They can look it up. It's a business and a hotel management institute. It's quite popular and it's very well acceptable. They give a degree from UK, Gordon University. So we have had students in the past, because we've been there in the trade and in the industry for about 10 years now. We can very safely say that a lot of students who've gone abroad for their internships make sure that they convert those internships into jobs, or have already, or if they do an exchange program, then they get a stay back option, or they look for jobs and then they continue to work there. So such kind of, such kind of opportunities have always been taken up by the students. So, but like I said, we're a hotel management institute, and if any careers that they want to look abroad, they will have to look through this course per se.
Wonderful.
So,
next question.
Thank you.
I would like to know, if we choose mechanical in the first 4, like for undergraduate, what are our options for masters?
Yeah. So mechanical engineering is a very, very vibrant option, and something which is always in demand. It's one of the fundamental branches of engineering, because all the time we need machines everywhere, and mechanical engineering gives you the groundwork. Now, with mechanical engineering, of course, you can become a mechanical engineer in the automobile sector, in the marine engineering sector, or in any manufacturing industry. A mechanical engineer basically deals with all the different kinds of machines and engines. So for mechanical engineers, there are options in all kinds of industry, heavy industry, wherever heavy machinery is being used. Along with that, if you are fond of traveling, then mechanical engineers are very much in demand in the marine sector, where every ship requires marine engineers to maintain the engines of the ship. So for them, it is a very well-paying job. You get job opportunities in companies all over the world. Then another branch of mechanical is then you can specialize in automobile sector or the aerospace sector and so on. So depending on which direction you want to go, if you want to go into automobiles, you want to go into aircraft, you want to go into aerospace, all those are the options available to a person who has a basic mechanical degree.
Professor Mishra, yes, sir.
Hi. See, there are several established professions and also learning in terms of mechanical engineering. But what Vijay Bhumi is offering is slightly futuristic. We are offering BTech in robotics and AI. Like the AI is a big thing, and in the future it's going to be much, much bigger than what we can even imagine right now. Okay, so we're training people, as I said, for future, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So I think, you know, having BTech in robotics and AI, it's a all new profession, you know, and that's how I think it's going to attract many of you who are technically extremely sound, but want to marry your technical capabilities with creativity and design. I think Vijay Bhumi is the place. Yeah.
To know what course he should look after mechanical engineering or post graduation. Yes, Anant.
Yeah. So having done my master's, at least from the UK and the US, my understanding is that most institutions aren't too fussy about which undergraduate background you're coming from. So there are two options, right? So one is, let's say you choose a particular branch of mechanics, which is like mechatronics, right? That combines mechanics with electronics, right? Or it could be mechanics with entrepreneurship. And the other option is, as I said, you go broader. So for example, my friend was doing neuroscience from University College London, but the institute does not expect necessarily for you to have an undergraduate in neuroscience. You could have an undergraduate in psychology. So more and more institutions abroad at least are realizing that you don't need to have done a specialization early on. So that's the first point, right? So what fields that you can choose, I don't think you should think in terms of, now I've done mechanics, let me see what's there. Most courses, which might not even on the surface level be relevant to mechanics, might still be open. Right? The second thing I would say is, again, I would always emphasize, break it down. Right? Why do you want to do mechanics? I'll take another example. So I met this guy, he was in 11th or 12th grade. I'm assuming you know of Hyperloop project, right? It was launched by this guy called Elon Musk. I'm guessing you know him, right? So he basically said, like, look, this is the model. We want to combine vacuum technology with magnetic technology, and we want to build a city level transport system. And he gave it to students. Now this guy from 11th or 12th started working on it. He did it so well that he was called to Technical University of Munich, one of the best technical institutes in the world. And he got a chance to meet Elon Musk himself. So sometimes you don't need to have done a degree. First, ask yourself, why do you want to do mechanics, right? Do you want to work on machines? Do you want to work on automobiles, etc.? So some of the students, they come up to me and say they want to do aeronautical engineering. And I ask them, what do you mean by that? Like, do you understand the difference between aviation, aeronautical, and aerospace? Most of the students don't know. So I would advise you to reverse the process, right? Ask, why do you want to do mechanics, and then go forward, rather than doing mechanics first and then saying, what can I do with a mechanical degree? So those are the 2 points I would add.
I think Dr. Poonam wanted to add something.
Yes, so the question was about mechanical engineering. So I wanted to highlight the fact that we at Shobit University, we have a course in mechanical engineering, and we are offering specializations in machine learning and very many technical aspects of that. The whole idea is that we have to understand today we are in the middle of the 4th industrial revolution. And as a result of that, what is required is state-of-the-art and cutting-edge technology. So whereas all these are the fundamental specializations, but now there are so many different branches that we can branch out into. So as the student asked that what will be the options after mechanical engineering, so there are a whole lot of options depending on what kind of a career we want, which sector we want to work. We want to work with automobiles, we want to work in research and teaching and fundamental research, laboratory research, or we want to go into shipping, or we want to even join the army. So in the army, there's a whole corps of electrical and mechanical engineers who look after the entire, the machinery of the army. So anyone who is interested in joining the uniformed forces, joining the armed forces with a mechanical degree, they have that option also. So it's a very wide field. Those who want to go for aerospace or aeronautical, for them, those areas are also open. So ultimately, it is the student's choice where he wants to take his career further.
Wonderful. Next question, please.
Get admission. We get admission under the NRI quota, or will get under the normal one?
Great question. Very good question.
It's a technical question. I don't know if I'm right, but I believe from where your passport is, I think it depends on that. Yeah, so, but it's a very technical question. I have to ask other people to be able to answer that, how it happens here, right?
Dr. Sanat.
I think for us, the simple answer is we don't have a quota system, right? So for us, irrespective of the nationality, all students will be evaluated on the same ground, and we don't have a certain number reserved for it. So unlike, let's say, state-supported institutions, because we are an autonomous entity, we don't have those kind of restrictions. So we can practically take you irrespective of where you're coming from. And the admissions requirements are also exactly the same, because especially our board is compatible with the Indian education system.
Dr. Devdutt, you wanted to answer?
Yes, so we have this distinction. So Indian nationals will get admission as Indian nationals, including SAARC countries. So like any student coming from Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, so we give them admission according to the Indian system. But yes, foreign nationals from African countries and so on, they will be, the fee structure is different and they will be under the NRI.
See, like I was saying, we have two courses. So the one which is a BSc from National Council, for that I will have to check, but I'm sure because it's a government approved course, there is, we may take an intake. I would still have to confirm whether or not it's a very technical thing because the ministry is involved, but I'm sure they're going to treat it as the student as a foreign student. As far as our RIG diploma is concerned, we do take foreign students on the same with the same at the same level as we would an Indian student, and perhaps the fee structure would be a little different, but I don't think there is any other technicality involved as far as the RIG diploma, hotel management diploma, is concerned.
Yeah, just checked, and there's no quota as such here also, but then yes, the fee structure is slightly different for Indian residents, and that's it.
Next question, please.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, all our students are holding Indian passport.
Okay.
They all are Indians.
Okay. So then they are
studying CBSE curriculum.
Okay. Wonderful.
So after completing their class 12 under CBSE curriculum.
Okay. Wonderful.
Getting promoted from CBSE board. Will they be considered as NRI or as Indians?
Indians.
Okay. Indians. Yes, of course.
All Indians.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Swami.
We want to make it very clear.
Thanks for the wonderful information.
There is a general fear over the parents that if the Indian student complete class 12 here and then come back to India, they will be considered as NRI.
Okay.
That was the clarification what we need.
Okay. So what I will do, we will consult some other experts also, and we will get back to you. I think either Mr. Mishra, Dr. Devdutt, Ms. Divya, and we can we'll definitely come back to you within immediately after Diwali. Next question.
I wanted a brief information related to the courses available in hotel management.
So you want to know more about the hotel management courses? Is that what your question is?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, we at RIG Institute, we have two major courses. One is a BSc course in hotel management, which is from an approved course from National Council, which is accredited by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. We give you a BSc degree, and the other is a BA course where we give you a UGC university approved degree with the RIG Hotel Management Diploma. Both these courses the duration is 3 years and they're spread over 6 semesters, where 5 semesters of academics is there, studies are there, and the 1 semester entails of the internship, which you can do in India or abroad somewhere. And we ensure that these internships are done in 5-star hotels only, and in whichever field that you want to go. So we divide it into 4 parts, which is food production, culinary, food and beverage service, housekeeping and accommodation management, and front office. So it depends solely on your interest, and you're free to take that particular area of hotel management as internship, either India or abroad.
Yeah, next question, please.
Could you tell me more about artificial intelligence?
On artificial intelligence, who would like to answer this question on AI?
Artificial intelligence is like, so let me give you an example. So you've all heard of robots. Now robots are actually a machine, but they perform a number of functions which humans also perform. Now this kind of functioning is called artificial intelligence. So there's so much of information built into the robot that he can take small decisions, he can perform complex tasks. For example, in the field of diagnosis, robots are being used to interpret ultrasounds and to interpret x-rays and to make a diagnosis. A while back, there was a news item in the newspaper about a robot who was performing the security screening at airports. This was happening in the Middle East. So instead of security personnel or policemen performing that, it was a robot who was performing the duty of screening the passengers for security. So this is the field of artificial intelligence, that building machines which can function in a way which is similar to human functioning. So that is the practical application of artificial intelligence. So the child who is wanting to know more about it, she can look up this whole field of artificial intelligence. And let me tell you that this is the area of the future, because as we move towards the future, more and more tasks are going to be performed by complex machines. So it is again a branch of mechanical and computer engineering, and something which is going to be very much in demand in the coming times.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Is there any specific course related to AI? Is there any specific study?
Yeah, if you are doing a BTech in computer engineering, then artificial intelligence is part of that. And in our university, we are offering specializations at the BTech level in artificial intelligence. So if you join a BTech computer engineering, then artificial intelligence is part of it.
Wonderful. I think Professor Mishra wanted to add something.
So I have a slightly different view about what artificial intelligence is in terms of what Dr. Poonam explained is more, I feel, is about robotics, and that's you feed a lot of information and their technologies to perform certain tasks. So artificial intelligence is slightly different. It's not just about feeding data and that it analyzes. See, so for example, if I take storytelling, the way the media and entertainment is functioning today, the way the content is being customized, like to an extent, not just to individuals of a particular age group, class, or whatever, it is also a particular time of the day, particular mood that you are in, So to that extent is getting customized. Now the future of storytelling, the future of entertainment is going to be very, very different, right? So augmented reality and artificial intelligence is going to play massive, massive role, much bigger role than human beings in a large group can do. Because what happens is humans and I'm not, there's no comparison because humans only make those machines. But then what happens is the amount of, suppose a calculator does task faster than a human being. It's as simple as that. I'm saying, there are things that human makes those machines to do certain tasks that humans need not do, in a sense, like worry about, right? It makes their life easier. So that's why I'm saying, looking at the future of education, future of the industries, we are not just having a specialization in artificial intelligence, but we have a degree in artificial intelligence. And we were offering BTech in robotics and AI, where robotics is very specifically different, and robotics is very different, and artificial intelligence is very, very different, right? But our degree, name of the degree itself is called BTech in robotics and AI.
Wonderful.
Can I add something?
Yeah, please, Sanat.
So to be more specific, artificial intelligence in a nutshell is when machines can program machines. It's not humans are required to program machines. To take a simple example, if you all use smartphones, right? The phone learns your writing patterns and it predicts what you're going to write, right?
Yeah.
So that is, you don't have to specify to the phone that, look, do this the next time. The machine learned it by itself. So machine learning and artificial intelligence always go hand in hand. What are the use cases of artificial intelligence? So for example, I have a friend from London School of Economics. Their organization featured in UK newspaper Standard. Now they are using artificial intelligence to predict fake news. So what it does is, rather than a human sitting and trying to see could it be fake news, the machine identifies patterns and then it says this must be fake. So the way we are involving this in our programs is we have a track called digital transformation. Now that includes everything, artificial intelligence, robotics, Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is when machines can coordinate with machines, no human intervention required. So we believe that when you learn this whole ecosystem rather than specific skills, can you apply these technologies in the best possible?
Thank you so much. Conclude it out here, and I would like to thank Professor Mishra from IFIM.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ms. Divya from RIG Institution. Dr.
Thank you.
From Shobit University, and Mr. Sanat from XIII University, Bangalore. Thank you so much.